¿Qué pasa? Hello my friends, on this video we're going to be learning how to say what's up in Spanish. If you're new here, my name is Edward. I've been teaching languages for over 10 years. Right now I can speak 4 languages, but when I started around 16 years old, I could only speak my native language of Spanish. So on this channel, I like to share with you everything I learned and how I've done it so you can do it too and learn Spanish. So like I said, we're going to be learning how to say what's up in English, right? It's an informal greeting, very useful, very common. Hey, what's up? How's it going? How are you doing? Right? Very common greeting in the English language. So a lot of people want to know how can they say that, because obviously there is always hola, ¿cómo estás? We know that. Hola, ¿cómo estás? A lot of people know that. But you might want to use something a bit more relaxed, a bit more friendly, a bit more, day-to-day vocab kind of thing. Well, first, let me tell you a story. This was, I can't remember the year, 2015, 2016 perhaps, and it was the first time I came to the UK. I came to visit my girlfriend. She was a student at Leeds Uni at the time, and she was taking some Spanish courses, some Spanish module at uni. I was only starting teaching Spanish. I had already been teaching English for a while by then, but I had only just started teaching Spanish. And I was, trying to learn as much as I could, trying to get as good as I could, trying to improve, get better at my craft so I could help my students. And I asked her if she thought she could talk to her teacher, so maybe I could sit in and just, watch the lecture, watch the class, see how it went, because, it's a great university and there's always something to learn, especially for teachers. I'm a firm believer that teachers should always be learning and improving so that we can help our students. So long story short, the teacher agrees, I sit in, and she introduced me. She said, hey, actually, this could be a fun thing. Let's do it like this. We don't usually get guests to come into the class for the students to have, real life practice, real life conversation other than with herself, with the teacher. And obviously, it's a great opportunity for any student to practice with someone else other than their own teacher. So she said, how about you come in, you sit in, you can watch the rest of the class, but for the first few minutes, I'll have you interact with them a little bit. I'll just have you have them ask you a couple of questions, just to get a bit of a natural vibe. Don't try to be in teacher mode, just talk to them, react to them like you would naturally if they were to be using Spanish with you, out in the street or whatever. I said, yeah, sure, that sounds fun. Let's do that. So I come in, she introduces me as such. She says, he's a native speaker. He's going to be practicing with you guys. Just go ahead and introduce yourselves or ask him a question, whatever you want. I sat down. I was down on one side of the classroom and, the students were sitting in like a C-shape desks arrangement kind of thing. And there's a student right next to me. So she turns to me to ask me a question. I turn to her to see what she's going to ask. I'm expecting anything like, ¿de dónde eres? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo te llamas? Right? The common beginner questions, because this was a beginner's module, it was a beginner's course, so I was expecting this. She turns to me and she goes, ¿Qué le pasa? And I got really confused because, in my head, I was like really trying to, as the teacher had asked me, not be thinking in teacher mode, just simply be like, I'm just here practicing some Spanish, speaking some Spanish natively without worrying about the teaching side of it. I'm just gonna naturally react to whatever they say. So when she said that to me, instinctively, the shock that I had was essentially because ¿Qué le pasa? Means what's wrong with you? Like, what's the matter with you? So I was a bit like, whoa, what did I do? What just happened? Obviously, took me a second. I processed. I was like, oh, I see what's happening. She's trying to ask me, what's up? Her teacher interjected, helped her, told her that's not how you say it, you don't use it like that, etc., etc. Turned into a teaching moment, which is great. I could see how she dealt with it, how she had way more experience than me. She had been teaching for many, many years. So, I learned a lot from the whole experience as well. But it was really funny, and it left me thinking. I always think about this, and I've heard a lot of people, especially beginners, say, ¿Qué pasa? Right? People don't always say, ¿Qué le pasa? That was just a very particular misfortune that she just decided, let me just add that le in there, maybe it's going to make it sound more native-like. And it just turned into, what's wrong with you? Unfortunately. So never say ¿Qué le pasa? That's not how we say it. But we also don't actually say ¿Qué pasa? We don't say that. ¿Qué is what? Pasa happens. So ¿Qué pasa? It sounds like that should be it, but that's not it. Even though technically you might see sometimes what's up translated as ¿Qué pasa? We don't say it as a greeting. We actually say ¿Qué pasa? As a concern. We use that when we're worried, when we're concerned. ¿Qué pasa? What's wrong? That's what it actually means. It doesn't mean what's up, it means what's wrong. So be careful with that. So ¿Qué pasa? Means what's wrong. ¿Qué le pasa? Means what's wrong with you. So then how do we say what's up? ¿Qué tal? Just like that. ¿Qué tal? Or ¿Qué tal todo? In Costa Rica, we say todo bien. So that is the more casual way of greeting. So we have hola, we have como estás, very formal. I mean, it's not like it's super formal, but it's, you know, it's the standard way of greeting. But you can always just go for ¿Qué tal? Todo bien. ¿Qué tal? Todo bien. That's how I greet my friends. That's how I actually speak Spanish with other Spanish speakers. I don't always go around saying ¿Cómo estás? I do sometimes, but for the majority, I would just say ¿Qué tal? Todo bien. But remember, never say ¿Qué le pasa? And never say ¿Qué pasa? That's today's lesson. Hope you learned something new. If you want to keep learning Spanish, by the way, please check out the description. I'm going to be opening a group for everyone to join me in doing a boot camp. Doesn't matter what level you're at. If you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, it's going to be free. We're all going to be there, learning, helping each other, making as much progress in 90 days as possible in Spanish, trying to get to as high of a level as we can in 90 days. We're going to set 5 specific goals, and we're going to help each other achieve them in your Spanish learning progress. So check out the description, and there's going to be a link there to join the group. Hope to see you there. And if you like learning Spanish, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos and watch any of the other videos as well. Nos vemos.